Hey guys, we're back. The last episode and what have you, we were finishing up dropping off spidertrons everywhere. Now we are going to reap reap the rewards of our work. We're going to start doing some remote work. Before I do that, let me show you what I've been up to, kind of in the meantime. We've got it all cleared all the way across. So we've got probably what, a third of the planet, give or take, completely cleared out. We are going to extend these walls over just for safety's sake. Biter expansion's turned off. I don't need to worry about them growing into here, but I do need to worry about them coming down because of pollution and visiting. So we're going to wall these off, but we've completely eliminated all the biter presence here and completely eliminated all the biter presence across here. Eventually we want to get these other 2/3 of the map cleared off, just for the fun of it, mostly. This is novice. It's the only one right now that we have to worry about a biter presence on. So we're just going to work on clearing that out. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you that. Now, meanwhile, like I said, we went around and we dropped spidertrons off on various planets. So let's go take a look. I've got a couple of them already set up. Vionet, we're going to take a look at Vionet first. And if we look, Vionet is starting to run low on coal, right? We've got some coal that we're bringing in, but we're starting to run low on coal. We're down to 56K. I think we got another one up here somewhere, what have you. But coal's running out. So what I went ahead and did is we went to the system map, which gives us basically the nav map for whatever planet we select. So we've got Vionet selected. So let's get down here and take a look what I've done. If you look, you can see we've ghosted in construction. Something that they've changed with the new update, by the way, let me show you this real quick. This is kind of cool. Normally you would have to, build up to an object, and then you would have to take your undergrounds and you would have to do that, right? With the new update, that is no longer the case. It will automatically, as you drag, put undergrounds. Now what it doesn't do, that I would like for it to do, is it does not space them at the maximum space. It just puts them absolutely where it needs to be. And you know me, I like to keep some space, but for just dragging, it is great. So if we follow this down, one of the things that we'll run into is, of course, we had the ruins mod, so it has these things that we can't pick up. When I hit those areas, now like normal rocks and stuff, it'll tell it, it'll deconstruct. It'll tell it to deconstruct. But when I hit a ruin, I can't pick these up, but it'll go past them for me without me having to belt around it or to put underneath. It just does it. That's great. When we hit cliffs, it will mark them for deconstruction. It will mark them as for cliff disposing, or for cliff explosives, and it will get rid of them. So there you go. So that's all marked out. Now if we get down here, I'm going to go all the way down where I've got this set up. What I did, and I know this is a long way for a belt and blah blah blah, but that's okay. That's my intention. On these smaller planets, I'm not going to set up train networks. So I've already got a ghosted in mining process. It's going to get rid of all of the stone, and it's going to put down miners and what have you. So let us go back up here, and just for shortcut, I went through the nav map. No, it's not going to jump me up there. Okay, I thought it would jump me up to where the spidertron is, but not so much. All right, so what we're going to do is we'll go on up here to our spidertron, right? And if you look, I've got it set up. It's requesting all the stuff we need to build mining. It's already got it in the trunk. So we're going to grab a controller, right? And we're going to link it to that Spidertron. Refresh my memory on how to do this. Left click the Spidertron to connect it. Left click. Alright, so now it's connected. We're going to go to our map and we're going to path it. And we're going to tell it to go here. And then here. And then I don't want to go too far because I am not sure yet whether the bots will keep up or not. So I want to check this out and see what it does. Because we do have, if we look at our Spidertron, if I can catch up to it, there we go. So we have bots in our trunk, and on our grid we have roboports. Alright, so it looks like it doesn't stop. It's going to stop wherever the control kind of says to stop. So we're going to have to guide it down there just for purposes of building our line down to our coal. But we're a novice and we're able to just do this. So, you know, we no longer have to worry about leaving novice anymore. And what I'm going to do is when we get down here, I'm going to leave it alone and let it build the mining outpost. I just wanted to build the line up to it first. Now, let me check something real quick. I think I may have not. Yeah, okay, this one hooks in and just follows on up with the old line. So we're okay here. Now, like I say, I know this is a long way to go with belts. But belts are reusable. I can pick them back up. This saves me having to set up trains and what have you. I'm sure I can do it with Spidertron. The only thing that I don't know, and something I'm going to have to play with, is can you put trains on a track remotely? And I don't know that you can with Spidertron, but I do know there is a mod that allows you to quote-unquote build trains. And basically what it does is it's a factory, an inserter setup, what have you, that rather than supplying it with an actual train or an actual engine, you supply it with the materials that it takes to build a train, or an engine or a car, and it will build the car and place it on the track, and then you can tell it to go somewhere, and then you can assign its route to it and what have you. So if it comes to it, in the spirit of this whole wanting to be able to do things remotely idea, to where I do need trains, I'm going to look into that mod. We'll see. I don't know. Did we miss part? Did it not go far enough? Just the reach. Reach wasn't far enough. Okay, fine. Well, now it is. I'm gonna look into that mod. I'll let you guys know what it is, and we'll check it out, so that we can potentially build trains remotely. The goal here is to eventually be able to do everything that we need to do remotely without having to travel from planet to planet. That's my goal. I know this is taking a little bit to get down where we want to be. But we're almost there. And keep in mind, none of this is using roboports, so I'm nowhere near any sort of logistics network at all. I'm just working straight off of the Spidertron in the nav map. And we should just about be where we want to be. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let him finish up what it's doing right there. Alright, there we go. Now, I'm going to tell it to go there, and then we're going to go over to Moss Garden. And in Moss Garden, left click on Spidertron to connect it. Alright, now we got that. Now, Moss Garden's a little different, because in Moss Garden I haven't set it up yet. I haven't done the build yet. But what we got going on Moss Garden is we're out of copper. So our copper's empty, but I have another patch of copper right down here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up that copper. And the first thing I want, oops, I lost it, didn't I? Okay, let me go back to Novice real quick. Actually, we can just exit here because I have a copy of the blueprint that I want. You want to keep this blueprint in your blueprint library. And the reason for that is the way this whole thing works is now I'm back over in Moss Garden. I got to grab my blueprint from here and then put it in here. Now, one of the things I want to do with this, I want to open this blueprint up, and I want to get rid of the poles. And I want to get rid of the poles because of spacing. I want them spaced properly, and they're not. With the way it's set up, it doesn't it doesn't tile well. So we'll go here and we'll go to where that copper is, and that copper is down here. Follow this line down, and again, like I say, this is all being done remotely. This is all from the nav map. Alright, so we're gonna go here, we're gonna find the best spot to start this. I'm gonna hold shift so that it gets rid of stone and stuff like that. I'm gonna try and center this as best I can. Now, I know it is putting down belts that are really not needed because of the way the whole thing works with mines, but that's okay because now we've got what we need. We can go back and we can Ah, shit. We got to get rid of the whole thing. It's flipped upside down. So we'll go ahead and flip it. We'll get rid of the things we don't want on that. Grab this, flip it over. So now it's going the right direction. Now we can go ahead and set this stuff down. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, this is just cool as hell. This whole being able to operate remotely, and run my operation remotely. This is the bee's knees, guys. This right here. Now we'll get rid of, like I say, we'll get rid of what we don't need from this. All right. There it is. And we will put down poles. And just my standard drag them and put them where I want, you know, best overlap that I can do. Now I'm also holding shift while I'm doing this in case a pole is in a position that a stone or something is in the way, and you know, you can't lap it. Now that should be all of that. Yep, that's all of it. So now we're going to grab our splitters, and we're going to put our splitters in where they need to go. That's going to come straight over there. We want to be up one. And we're going to grab our belts. Right. Splitter. Belts. Right, so we got all of our poles, all of our splitters are in. That should combine it right to there. I'm holding shift, and we're just going to drag straight up. Check the map, see where we are. All right, we're close. All right, now this is our copper coming in. We'll grab, we're going to redo this part of it. We'll use this line right here as our main line coming in. So where did we put, there's our other. All right, so we want to go there we go. Right, so now we got that. Now we want power. And again, I'm just holding shift and dragging. There we go. All right, it's all set up. So now all we got to do is send the Spidertron down here. But let's go ahead and do something else. While we are here, let's clean all this mess up too. We don't need this anymore. We don't need any of these anymore. So we might as well go ahead and mark that all for deconstruction. Right? That's all marked. And then we can, oops, got to get rid of the deconstruction menu, or deconstruction planner first, which is just Q. Right, now it's telling it it's going to turn it. We want to get rid of this pole, and we'll use a big pole. So we're going to want to place, let's get rid of that one. Place one there, we'll place one there. Good enough. There it is. So now it will deconstruct all of this, construct our new belt, and bring our power down. So there we go. So now we've got it all routed. We've got it, knows what it wants to do, right? So let us go to our map and oops, let's get out of map because we need to reconnect our Spidertron because we got out of our nav and back into our nav. So we're going to click on our Spidertron. Now this one, I'm not going to do the line first. We're just going to go straight down there. So we're going to go click and then shift click. Now we've got a route, right? Now we can watch Spidertron head right on down there, and he will start, and it'll, he, she, it will start building right down there. And at this point, it's all hands free. All I'm doing is following it on the map. Just to see where it's going. And keep in mind, we're doing this on another planet than Novice, but you can do the same thing in just a vanilla world or wherever, and just do it. Now that's not ours, unfortunately. I wish it was. That is a Ruins mod. We can't pick that up. Say we can't mark that for deletion. I wish we could. I do know there is like an insert or something that you can do it, but I've tried it. I can't get it to work right. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I got to play with the Ruins mod some more. There's got to be a way to be able to pick up the Ruins, I do believe, but you gotta set it up. But there it is. He'll go down there and he should, yep, gonna start building. And that is completely hands off. We can now go back to Vianet. And there you go. Now, he has not finished down here yet. So nothing's turned on because our power's not all the way down here. Because we're missing some of our poles and stuff because he didn't, you know, you got to move it around. It only has so much range. So yeah, so you got to move it around a little bit, to get it to work right. So you got to revisit it and go back and forth. But I don't know, guys. To me, that's the freaking bee's knees. Because now I can send Spidertron back up here, and he's done. And it's all been done essentially hands off. All I did was throw down the blueprint and send him down there with the materials, and there it is. And now I can jump back to Moss Garden and see what's going on in Moss Garden. And we'll make sure that he has filled all of that in. Now this one's going to have to track up, just like we tracked down the line. We have to track up the line to get it all hooked up. So like I say though, guys, I don't know about anybody else and what anybody else thinks about this, but to me this is like a huge game changer. It's going to save me having to go back and forth, with rockets between planets. I'll just be able to load up the Spidertrons and send them. Now there are some things that I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do. Like put speed modules and production modules into assemblers from the Spidertron. Can't seem to do that, but there's a way around that. You build a blueprint with the speed modules in it, and you use that blueprint, and you put that blueprint down, and then the bots will insert the speed modules, and you can go on about your business. The other thing I can't do is I can't send a spider bot by itself on a rocket to a planet and just make it a one-way trip. I've not figured out how to put Spidertrons out on the map yet without physically putting them down. If anybody knows a way to do that, let me know. I would love to know, because then I only have to make a one-way trip. As it stands, I have to make a two-way trip, which costs me 2 rockets, because I have to physically, well, not physically, but my character has to physically go there and do it, and that's kind of a problem right now. That I can't overcome that. The other thing, and we'll see when we get up here, because this is something I want to figure out. I want to see what it does. I've not tried it yet. Is the trash slots. How do I unload the stuff I don't want from Spidertron? And I don't know yet if I can just put them in the trash slots. We will see. Oh, apparently there was one there that we oh, wrong remote. I guess I should color the Spidertrons different colors just to be able to tell the remotes apart. Oh well. So now we should have copper coming up here because we should have power all the way down. Yep, and there comes our copper. Now we're back in business on copper. Now here on Marsh Garden, we were out of two things. We were out of stone and we were out of copper. I'm not gonna have you guys sit through me doing the same thing I just did with copper, or with that I just did with stone, copper. I'm not gonna have you guys have to sit here and do it with stone too. Just know that I have to go and do that, and I'm going to start remote building mining outposts on all the planets now. Going to be hugely easier. Now I'm hoping we should be able to cross across this. We'll see if he'll. Yes, he will. Man, little Spidertron is one dexterous SOB. Do we want to take the poles out? No, we want to take the miners out most definitely. Actually, I think we can take the poles. We'll find out. Yeah, because that's going that way. That's the high tension lines. We should be able to take these poles. Where's Spidertron? Oh, there he is. Get up here, dude. Now, we're going to snag that. And we're going to put down belts. Just to make it a straight shot. Now we should have, let's check and make sure we got power down there. Yes, it's still connected. And I'm making it a habit of parking my Spidertrons next to my launch pads. That's kind of what I'm trying to get in the habit of doing. Now, because I've got these guys that I'm going to be using them for mining, I'm going to leave their logistics requests just the way they are. And I'm going to leave that alone. But here's what I want to know. And this is what I think is going to be a problem. I can't put this here. And I can't move it to logistics. I can't move it to the garbage slots. So that becomes my problem. How do I unload my Spidertron? Because I got a trunk full of stuff now. I got a trunk full of stone and everything else. Right? How do I get rid of it? I can't right click on it to delete it. I can't go over here and do trash slots and have it automatically. So that's going to be a problem, guys. That's going to be our thing to solve next. Anybody have any thoughts on that? Anybody have any thoughts on how to unload the Spidertron remotely? I would appreciate your input, because now I have all this wood. How do I unload it? Because I don't believe that a Spidertron will interact with an inserter and what have you. So there's my question, guys. How do I get this here and empty out my Spidertron trunk? Any ideas on that? Let me know. Alright guys, I will talk to you later. I hope you got something out of this. I hope it was helpful. Alright, bye.